Hello everybody, I'm going to make a box card today. So this is Cheryl and we're going to make a box card. This one isn't finished, this is one that I started. So this is the shape. This goes into a 6x6 envelope. So we're going to do one of these and in much better condition. So what we need to start with is a piece of cardstock. Whatever you like, plain, whichever you like. And this needs to be 29 centimeters long, that way, 14.5 centimeters that way. So what I've done, because the scoring board and the lines that we use, the measurements we use, it's so fiddly trying to line up, because this is in inches, we work in centimeters. Yeah, so just try and follow along with me. If you've got any questions, leave them below or message me and I will help you out. So what I want to do is try not to use the scoring board and show you how to do it without. So we're starting with a plain piece of cardstock, 29 centimeters in width, 14.5 centimeters high, and we're going to make some score lines to fold it to get the box. So the first measurement is going to be working along your long side, mark along 7 centimeters, just using a pencil. 7 centimeters, make a mark, and then down the bottom 7 centimeters. And then from that mark we're going to go another 7 centimeters, so another 7, same at the top. These are going to be our score lines. If you've got a scoring board, by all means, if you want to fiddle with the little, when you score it, you might just have to squish it a bit more one way than the other. So for those of you who don't have a scoreboard, I'm going to show you how to do it without. And before you tape it all together, you can get it in proportion. So there's 7 centimeters, 14 centimeters, 21 centimeters, or you can just move it along like I did and do 7, 7, 7. And at the moment we'll just leave it at that, and we'll do our last one in a minute. So line up your pencil marks using a blunt-ended tool, whether it be this or a bone folder, whichever you've got and you're comfortable with. Line it up, and with pressing firmly, run this down the whole length a few times without cutting through, so that way you get your fold mark. Moving on to the next one. So there's our scoring lines, and then this one. This is not my design, like always. Many people have made this, or different crafters on YouTube. I don't know where it originally come from, so I can't tell you that. So there we go. We have these three. Before we fold, we're going to do our score across this way, because that's going to be our box that folds over. So using the template here, I'm going to come in 9 centimeters from this end. We can rub all these out when we're finished. So then that is going to be where we fold it over. Just get a bit of angle. So using the centimeters, if you want to use your scoreboard, go as close as you can to the marks, like find 9 centimeters or what's equivalent to 9 centimeters, which is just under 3.5 inches. So once you do it on the scoreboard, and you've got to fiddle with the, just when you close it all up and crease it, and the final product, it won't sit so flat like that. One edge will pop up a little bit, so you just put it down and you kind of work it until it does, and then you've got to trim a little bit here. But if you can adapt that to inches to straight away, then you're going to have a cleaner fold. But working in centimeters, I hope that's clear enough. I hope I'm not confusing you. There's that one, and then we need one here, but I'm going to save that for a moment. So fold these over. Yeah, fold these over. Give them a good crease. And before we fold this top part down, we're going to cut. So we're going to cut up each of these lines because they're going to give us our tabs. And cut the score line out. These fold flat and fit in a 6-inch envelope. Just going to make another sliver off that one. I've got all my decorations ready. Ready to go. So obviously the hardest part is just getting your base together. And once you get this bit worked out, you know, it is very easy card to make. It's just you've got to get this base worked out first. Just going to fix that a little bit. So you can see there we have our 4 tabs. This one's still a bit bigger because I've got to put one more score down the side. Just going to rub my pencil marks out. So now we're going to fold these 3 down, not this one, and they've got to come back this way. So this is going to be our box. We're going to score this part now so we can close our box. So we will mark it another 7 centimeters in, and we'll score it on that line. And that'll give us our tab to fold over. Okay, and then we fold that one in. Now I'm just going to cut off this bit up the top here because we don't need that. And I'm just going to put a little angle in here. And that bit can go. Just going to angle this a little bit at the bottom. This just makes a nicer finish so it doesn't stick out once we close it up. So here is our box. Let's tape it together so we can stand it up. And we'll just run back through what we've done. Push that down. Now you can decorate it while it's still flat if you like, or I'm just going to do it while it's all together so you can see what we're doing. So then just join that with the bottom and the top. There we go. And then there is our box. And see how it closes flat. When you do it on the scoreboard with these measurements, you have a bit more of a bubble, so you just force it out and increase it again with your bone folder until you get it nice and flat. So this is the 3 sides, and that's going to be the back. Sorry about the score line there. We're not going to fold it, we're going to decorate it so that one stands up at the back. So that's our base. So once again, 29 centimeters in width, 14.5 centimeters high, score at 7 centimeter intervals, and then again at the end 7 centimeters. So that's 7, 7, and 7. Now this is going to be the closing tab, and then turn it sideways, and we're going to score at 9 centimeters from top, from one side to the other. Cut down these first 3 score lines to the middle score line there. Take out the score mark so it's just a nicer finish. Do not bend this section because it's going to stand upright with more stability. Cut out this top section because we don't need that. This bottom section is your tab, and then we're going to angle it that way, miter the corner like that, so that way when we close it we get a nicer, neater finish like this. See how you can't see it protruding down the bottom, and the same up the top, it doesn't protrude through. Hope you can see that, everyone. Alright, so that's the base. Now we're going to decorate. I'll just get a few things out the way. Mine's going to be a jungle theme. I have got everything ready, but I don't know what it's going to be looking like when we're finished. So you're going to see just like me. So here's my bits and pieces. So hopefully it all goes well. Okay, so I'm just going to start with putting this one on first. So just follow along. If you had enough already, turn it off. Now I've cut all my card sizes 1/2 centimeter smaller than what they're going on. So I've got a border. So that long piece I'm having, so it goes all the way down like that, all the way to the bottom. So this is 7 centimeters, so I've cut them at 6.5. This one here will be 14 by 6.5 because it's going all the way to the bottom. The rest aren't so big. So we'll just start on the outside now. Now you know this is your front because you've got your back standing up here. So this piece here is going to be your front. So it's important to work out, know which is your front for when you're decorating, and you're going to put your sentiment and that on. As I'm using all the same pattern all the way around, it doesn't really matter. I'm just using these jungle sort of leaves. I'm not worrying about the back. What I will do with the back, I haven't got it ready now, is get a bit of white cardstock, and I will put it on the back there, and that way you can write on that. You'll be able to write on that. So put a full length on, put your happy birthday or whatever you want, just write on that bit to the recipient. Okay, one more here. And I've edged all around my leaves with some green distress ink. And now I'll put my tabs on. So that's what we have so far. That's my base. Now I'm going to decorate these. Geez, I hope it looks all right when I'm finished, because I haven't done... Now, it's a bit smaller than what I must have cut it a bit smaller.